Yeah! In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the 5 best beginner corals for everyday reefers just like yourselves. We took my 5 corals, we took Mitchie's 5 corals, and we combined the list to see what you guys think. But before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below of what you want to see next from us. We're dropping videos every single Friday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
It's Jeff here, and we are now going to go through our 5 corals that were picked for the beginner hobbyist. Your tank is cycled and you're starting to figure out, what am I going to put in my tank first? And so hopefully this video will show you a few corals that we think are best first options, and we'll lead it off with green star polyp, which you hear sometimes referred to as GSP. It's a very easy coral to grow. It's one that catches people's eyes because of the bright coloration. It's flexible as far as where you put it in the tank. You don't want to give it too high of lighting, but honestly, it's very resilient. Again, why it was chosen. Hobbyists like it. I do believe many years ago, it was my first coral that I put in my tank. And a lesson learned is definitely, if it can touch what's next to it, it will continue to expand in that area and grow. So definitely, if you want to enjoy it for just the size it is, or the rock that it's on, make sure that it can't touch what's surrounding it. But again, definitely very popular with hobbyists and deserves to be on the list. Mushrooms are next on the list. They are in the soft coral family, and what is neat about mushrooms is you have some that are $10, $15, $20, and then you have others that have crazy patterns and are highly sought after, and they can be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And at the end of the day, it's still a beginner coral. Most of the time you're going to see placement for mushrooms in the bottom third of the tank. Some put them on the sand bed, on plates or frag plugs, lower rock work. They will continue to expand through putting out babies underneath where the mushroom has kind of footed down. But they come in all different colors, varieties, very easy, and again, very forgiving to what conditions you may have in your tank. One thing that also makes soft corals very sought after is the fact that for being a beginner coral, they can withstand changes, sudden changes in the tank, a lot more than hard corals, the LPS and SPS family corals. Soft corals are much more forgiving. So I had a tank crash back in 2018. I lost everything in my tank, all my LPS, all my SPS, everything. And what survived was actually a bounce mushroom that I had, a really big colony of bounce mushrooms, and it made it through the tank crash. And again, I attribute that a lot just because of the type of the coral it was. I didn't have any other soft coral except for that one, and that was a survivor. So definitely worthy of making the cut as one you could start with. Number 3 on the list are Duncan corals, and they're in the LPS family, which means they have a hard skeleton. They're also on the forgiving side. They've been around the hobby for a long time, and I think the attraction to them is the long flowing tentacles. They have a really good feeding response. They will readily accept small pellets and fine coral food that you would feed them. They're just, again, very popular. They come in different varieties. They come out of the Australia region. You can see some with bright green tentacles, even to the neon coloration under blue lighting, and they do well at many different ranges in the tank. Trumpet corals, also known as candy cane corals, are number 4 on the list. Very similar to Duncans. They're in the LPS family. They've been in the hobby for quite some time. They come in different color patterns, but the neon green trumpets is usually what catches a beginner's eyes because it's again under blue lights, bright green, and something that definitely stands out in a tank. And with it being one that's been around for a while, been accustomed to tank life, it is usually one that we recommend as a first choice beginner coral because it's very forgiving to fluctuations and changes in your tank. Rounding out the list of 5 beginner corals, the last one on the list here is the Zoanthids, also known short for zoas. They are another one similar to the mushrooms where you can have a multi-$100 zoa because of rarity and patterns sitting right next to a common one that's $10, $20, $30. And I think that's the beauty of it. Both of them are going to be in the beginner easy category. They're very popular coral. I'd say one of our top sellers. People getting into the hobby love them. People that have been in the hobby love them. And, you know, most tanks that you see have some type of zoas in there just because of the wide range of coloration and just how they can cover a rock and cover, you know, the ground and area that they're in and really add a lot of color to the tank. So the hobby has gone in different fads, and zoas has, in my opinion, always been popular. It's one of those that hobbyists always seek out because of the different patterns and just how unique they are.
Well, there's your top 5 beginner-friendly corals. Now, there's a lot more beginner-friendly corals in the hobby, but Mitchie, with our top 5, we're just looking at resiliency, hardiness, and really for the entry-level reefer just to gain that success. But if we had to put one more on the list, which one would you be choosing?
If I had to choose any of them, I'd probably choose the Acan.
The Acans, without a doubt. So many colors to choose from. And you can see all things Acans in this video link right above our head. So go watch that video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.